Hello everyone, Alistair here. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a logo for your new website. At present we have a logo, a default logo, which came with the theme called the retailer, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to work out what sort of size this logo is, and so that you can then create a logo which is similar proportions. Okay, so the logo is approximately 260 wide by 50 pixels deep. So what we're going to do is we're going to go across to pixlr.com and we're going to use the image that we originally created for the favicon, and we're going to use that as a basis for our new logo. Okay, so if you go to pixlr.com and click on Pixel Art Editor, you'll then be greeted by the editor box. And if you've watched the other video, you remember that I said that you could either save the image to your desktop, or you could create yourself an account with pixlr.com and save your image into an image library that they provide, and that allows you the ability to open up that image from anywhere you like, as long as you've got an internet connection. Now I saved my image to my computer, so I'm going to open up my image from computer. And what I'm going to do is open up the original image that we had, which is the favicon.png. And you remember that this image was a lot larger than the actual file size that we needed. And the reason for that is that we want to work on an image which is big enough for us to see visually what we're doing, and also gives us a high enough quality image so that we can then rescale it to whatever size we need without losing any of the quality. Now this image is, as you can see, square. If I make this slightly larger, it's a square image, and we want to lengthen the canvas so that we have the proportions of this logo size on your existing site. So what we're going to do is we're going to resize the canvas. So we go up to Image and we go to Canvas Size, and what you have here is the width and the height, and you have what's called the anchor. Now just to give you a quick demonstration of what the anchor does, if you have it in the top left hand corner and you resize the canvas, the existing image in the canvas will stay in the top left. So wherever this blue square is, that's where your existing image will be when you resize the canvas. So again, if I do 500 wide, 500 deep, and I have this blue square in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see that the logo now is in the bottom right hand corner. So what we're going to do is we're actually just going to resize the width. Now I'm going to use an approximation. Our final image will need to be a height of 50 pixels deep, which is approximately 5 times smaller than the height that we have at the moment. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the width by approximately 5 times to 1280 pixels wide. I've anchored my existing image in the top left hand corner. I could anchor it in the middle since we're only widening in the width, and I click OK, and now we have a canvas size which is a lot larger, and we can work to that size. Okay, great. Now I want my existing icon on the left hand side, so I'm just going to leave that as it is, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some text to go on the right hand side over here, and that's going to create the text for our logo. So what we need to do is go down to the text tool, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on the page where we want to type, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this into 3 separate styles. So first of all I'll type the word best, and then I can get to choose my font. Now what I'm looking for is almost like a script font, like a nice handwritten typeface. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something like Mole, and I'm going to leave it black because I want it to sort of stand out, and I'm going to increase the size. You get a nice little slider so you can scale the size up and down as you see fit. So I'm going to take it to around about 75. I'm going to change the colour of the word best, and all we need to do that is click on the color icon, and we can either choose a color from inside the wheel like we did before, or you can actually just roll over any part of your image and your pointer tool will change to an eyedropper, and if you just point and click you can actually choose a color from within your image. So I'm just going to choose that color there, click OK, and I want my words to be bigger than they are actually. I'm going to take them up a bit so we can go like that sort of a size. Click OK. So now we have the word best created. I want to rotate it. To be able to rotate, what we need to do is select free transform, but you'll see as I select free transform here now, nothing's happening. I can't do anything with it, and that's because at the moment it still sees it as text. So we need to change that text file into an image file, into a graphic, and in order to do that we need to go up to layer and go down to rasterize layer, and rasterize basically changes it from text into an image file. So you can see here that it's now changed its icon from the A, which is text, into a graphical icon. So now we can go back up to edit, go down to free transform, and you will see that best now has adjustment points, and they allow us to adjust the image as we see fit. So if I pull on one of the corner points, you can see that you can squeeze and stretch the image both width and height in any direction. If I drag on the middle points, you can pull the image in and out horizontally, or you can do the same vertically without affecting the horizontal status of the image. In the middle you have a little crosshairs. Now if you click on that and you drag it, say, to the corner, wherever this crosshairs is, that image will be anchored. So now if I pull from the corner, you will see that it's pulling from where the image is anchored. If I move the crosshairs down to the bottom part of the T and I pull on the corner here, you'll see that it's anchored around the crosshairs. Now of course I don't want any of those distortions, so let me just go back in, edit, free transform, and all I want to do is rotate the image. So as I bring my pointer closer to the actual image itself, you'll see my pointer turns into a rotation tool, and once the rotation icon appears I can click and drag up or down and it allows me to rotate like that. Now if I move my pointer tool inside the adjustment points, I can now click and drag my image to where I want it to be. And then once that's done, all I need to do is hit return on my keyboard and the image has been transformed. Right, so now I'm going to put in the words Mother's Day Gifts, and so again I'm just going to select the type tool and position the little icon where I want to start typing and click, and then I can just type in Mother's Day Gifts. Now I don't want it to be in the same typeface as the best. I want a rather straighter typeface to use, so what I'm going to do is scroll down, change its color, and then I'm just going to resize the text a little bit so that it takes it to the very edge of the image, and I click OK. Now if I select my pointer tool, I can click and I can drag the text back into place where I want it to sit. I'm going to also move the word best, so if I go to layers and click on best and go back to best, I can now move that down. I just want it to sit on Mother's Day, but I want it to be in front of the word of the M. So all I'll do is go back to my layers palette and I'll click on the layer best and I'll drag it above Mother's Day Gifts and drop it, and now you'll see that best is sitting above Mother's Day. And I'm going to move that to the left a bit, move that to the left, and then if I select the text tool, click on Mother's, I can go back in and increase the point size to 24, and that's it. We now have a logo in which we can now save for our website. But always remember, please, that before you save it down to a smaller file size, first of all save it out at the original file size. So I'm first of all going to save it as a PXD file, which is a layered pixel art image file, and that should keep my text settings I have there for Mother's Day gifts should I need to come back in and edit anything. So I'm going to save that. Okay, that's Mother's Day logo, save. And now we're going to resize the image down so that it fits within the size that we need for the website. Before we do that, now that we've saved our file, first of all we need to change the Mother's Day gifts text into an image file, and we'll do that by going up to layers again and rasterize layer. Okay, so now that has become an image file, and now we can resize the image. Make sure constraint proportions is checked. We're going to change the height to 50 pixels, and we'll see that the width is 250 pixels wide. It's within the size that the original logo was, so that's fine. And we click OK, and now we see that our image is now being resized down to the size that it will appear on the website. So now we need to save this out again. So go up to File, click on Save, and this time we're going to save it as a PNG file, and we're going to leave it as Best Mother's Day logo. We'll click OK. Again, we'll save it into the same place where I saved my last one. So now what we'll do is we'll go back into the back end of our website, and we're going to replace the retailer logo that we see here with our new logo. So if I go into the back end of the site and I go to styling, here I get to upload my logo. So I click on the upload button and I click on the upload files, select a file, and I choose the Best Mother's Day logo PNG file that we just saved. Wait for it to upload. Then I click the select button and it's loaded the logo in. Now, in one of the previous videos I did talk to you about the Retina logo, and that the fact that the Retina logo is twice the size of the original logo, thereby giving a nice clear crisp image on some of the newer devices which have more pixels on the screen. So we'll go back into the photo editor and we'll open up the file that we were working on, the original file, the big file, and then we can resize that down to the right size that we need for the Retina logo. So if I go to open image and open up Best Mother's Day logo.pxd, you'll see we have our nice big image. Everything's nice and sharp. Remember that we must rasterize the type layer, so we go to layer, rasterize layer, and now we can go back up to image size, and we can resize this down to the Retina size that we need. Now the original logo size is 50 pixels deep and we need ours twice the size, so we will now make this 100 pixels deep. Click OK, and we now have the perfect sized logo to be uploaded into our Retina field. So we'll go to File, Save. Again, we're going to save it as a PNG file, and this time I'm just going to put x2 on the end, which means times 2, and we'll click OK, click the Save button. Now if we go back to the back end of the site, you can now click on the Upload button for the Retina logo, go to Upload Files, select the file that we need, click on Best Mother's Day X2, click Open, wait for it to upload, and then once it's uploaded we click the Select button, and now we have a nice Retina logo added in as well. And that's it. So what we'll do is we'll click the Save All Changes button, go back to the website, and we'll hit the refresh button, and now we have a new logo for our website. Okay, so we've created our logo for the website. Now you might not want to create the logo yourself. There are ways of which you can get your logo created for you very cheaply. One of the best places to go to get yourself a logo is Fiverr. If you go to the Fiverr website, you can actually get somebody to create you a logo starting at $5. and it seems excessively cheap, but actually there are some really good designers on this website, and they have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to creating nice logos. And so you can click any one of these and they will create a basic logo for you for $5. You can go in and you can take a look at the different designs, and you find something which is in keeping with what you like, and then you can hire that person to create the logo for you. They do have extra options. You can have it done quickly in the day, so you can add for an extra $5 you can have your logo created in one day. They can deliver you a .psd file, and whatever you decide to choose, you can actually get the logo delivered as you would see fit. So that's another option for you if you want a low-cost logo and you don't want to sort of fiddle around and create it yourself. And certainly go to Fiverr.com and they will create a logo for you. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.